Now, the NRM is a party which has been in the field for a long time. And it has made big contributions. In the last 65 years, but in our recent manifesto, we talk about our contribution and plans in the last 40 years and going ahead.
Manifesto NRM iloro pilok me piari wa beach mwa piari wa beach ngoma watimo kidong mameda nyimi wa bitimo.
In that manifesto there are 7 contributions NRM has made to Uganda.
The manifesto ni eno ni tije mabero ma NRM igati Uganda
has made to Uganda and is still making it to Uganda.
Uti Uganda yako kerkin Uganda.
But today, I'll talk about only 3 and 1 sub point. And the 3 are Kuch, Donglobo, Lonyo, and Lonyo.
Kuch, Donglobo, Kilonyo.
The 3 points for today.
And within
the Donglobo, I will talk about Kwan Nono. Now, first of all, Kuch. It is not easy to create peace in countries, especially in pre-industrial countries. Underdeveloped countries. Because by that time, populations are not clear about the future. You, for instance, find the problem of what is more important, identity or interest, tribe, religion, or prosperity interest. Or interest. Therefore, the NRM being able to create peace after a long time of turmoil is something that you should carefully study and understand.
NRM ututa tutwal meneni ikelo kuch iburi Uganda rolong wabot wakany ikumalme Uganda.
The main elements that help us to do that are the fact that we don't believe in sectarianism and we also believe in transformation, economic transformation.
Umiro wabet kun ma waporo kara waporo dano malupe kidini mukene. In the
past, they couldn't build political parties. They couldn't even build army or national institutions because they believed in sectarianism of religion and the sectarianism of tribes, and they used to look down upon women. Now, if you believe in politics of religion and tribes, how will you build a good party or a good army, for instance?
mapoko dini, mapoko kara, inde bere latela, mati nini.
But NRM made it clear that for us, we are not interested in your religion, we are not interested in your tribe, we don't care whether you're a man or a woman, what we care about is whether you can shoot properly.
Yin mapere tek, bot NRM. Ene wan pe waparo, ilok me dini, ilok me kara, en waneno, jemmi makonyo luak, kingo mabe me konyo luak, mamel kiti.
That's how we ended up with a good army. Good army.
Mone kitma NRM ukelo lumony magibejo mabene gi maro dan magero motiji kin dano mapege gudu kum ngatimo.
And we ended up with a good party. Good party. Political party.
Eno weko kombe wanti ki party mabe ma wayin bene we tek ma wayini anati NRM.
Because with the politics, we don't care who you are. What we care about is what you do. What you do.
Politics mamegwani wan po paro pono ina nga eno gin na waparo ene gin mabe ma omero kiti me konyo dan.
So in that way we have been able to build peace.
Mone ket ma wano beru ki kero me kelu kuch ma kombere watika no metani.
In politics, and also in the security army side.
Waki ken lumony bene.
Now, secondly,
Mario,
Don Globo.
Look, me Don Lobo.
Don Globo has two parts.
Don Lobo tie ki para Rio.
The economic infrastructure.
Tie animal guru kum jemi chalo yo, jemi chalo orikwan oriat ki jemu kenen.
And social infrastructure.
Idong jemu kene machalo.
I'm very glad the young chairman of the district gave the report.
Ya yom ni chairman me Kitgum umi report mabe.
I'm happy to see these young NRM chairpersons who are coming up.
Ya yom ni uyero won come party ngat matiri mabe.
They are all over the whole country. Wherever I go, I find them. They are all over the country. Wherever I go, I find them. They're younger like this one.
Komberi chaweni Uganda go long. Enti kin jo mateno magiti tela mabe.
On the economic infrastructure, Kitgum area has moved very well.
Ilok me Don Lobo me yo ki jemu kene Kitgum tika word mabe.
There is now a tarmac road all the way from Oruyo, Kochigoma, Anaka, Gulu, Atanga, Achuribur, Kitgum, Msingo.
Komberi guri ki Kampala ki jinka bermaya kwano ni o weng chera chera wabusingo kwija.
And then there was the road to Karuma.
Lam chera we Karuma.
From Karuma to Pakwach.
Lam ki Karuma chera chera we Pakwach we West Nile.
So in that opening up, Kitgum has benefited.
Any kid yo eno me liu lami Kitgum beno no moje.
On the side of March, was able to get the electricity from Lira to Ogur, Kuranga, Konakila, Ajure, Kitgum, even Lamor. You can imagine Lamor also has electricity now.
Wano eno beru ki kero me neno ni mach ki kwanyo ki Lira war paka chera wala mo.
On the border with Sudan, I was there yesterday, they have electricity. I was there yesterday, they have electricity.
Abe la mo la wo mach a link to it beru tie magen be gitiki mach.
Then on the telephone side, you all now have telephones.
Chim dan kombe tiki chim ken ping kapola deda.
When somebody harvesting marukwang with a mobile phone in the ear.
In ngat me tiga chat wa mala kwang no tiki chim ber me wati go chim yenye gi chuk.
The railway, we are moving the railway all the way from Tororo, Lira, to Gulu, we are going to Pakwach.
Kombe don wati ga neno yo me rocho yo me ga kamaga ri ki ye. Me ngwecho paka ka ber ma yano kwano nyingini.
And in some of the sectors like water,
Ka ber glok mo ken ma cha lokumpi.
was happy to see the figures of water here.
Ya bere yo me neno ni minister me magburu lo compete kan.
Let me see. Put some figures here. Yes. On page 13 of my brief. Page 13 of my brief.
Iwar ga ma mega mano ana mer kwan ne botu karta men na ma apara der.
Kitgum district has got 686 rural villages in Kitgum.
Uno akapeni Kitgum district tie village aye mi abichel kipi arbor ya bichel.
72 of them have access to safe water.
Ikum village mi abichel kipi arbor we bear mi abit kipi arbor we rio tikipi ye.
So when I was looking at these figures, I had forgotten that Anwar is the Minister of Water.
Aneno mego bitwe zanywano we willow ne an minister me water.
I started seeing the figures in Pader, where we were. Very good figures, 88%. I started seeing these figures in Pader.
Achako neno well village egini mapapate matikipi chaka wake Pader.
Because I have a big brief for every district here. Everything is here.
Bien ende no ngech ilok maaki district kachela chelo weng.
So I said 88% in Pader have water.
Yeah, we ni percent piara boro we are boro ipade tikipi.
Now here, the only villages which don't have safe water are now 114.
Kaber mo kene mapepi ti ye don kombe kantie mi achel kaparangwan.
But the ones with water are 83%.
Man matikipi ne ye tie percent piara boro we are there.
So, on the side of economic infrastructure, we are doing well.
So one tika teach mabe ka ine lo kumpi otika what mabe.
In the Kitgum area,
Wale Kitgum kan.
there are even water for smaller towns. It's a very long brief for piped water.
Tika mogo madong look me pi ma rio ki pipe. Ena yodong.
And even irrigation.
Pi ma kire iporo.
But we don't have time to go into all that. Don't have time to go into all that.
For
I
instance,
can have some here. There is construct or get solar irrigation scheme, Labongo, Akwang sub-county.
Patiki scheme makilu me solar mati labon sub-county Kitgum.
Construct solar irrigation scheme in Namukora parish.
Gedo pi magike reporo inamukora sub-county.
And so on. So
Tika beri mo kene.
the infrastructure is moving well, the economic infrastructure. The economic infrastructure is moving well.
Jui ma lobo lokum, jui ma mete me konyo don lobo tika word mabe.
Now, on the road between Puranga and Achoriburu,
Madonge lokum yo ma ake pura bini acholi bu.
the problem is that people don't listen to the NRA way of doing things, of kore tikore.
Pero tieni
Quality,
dano peki winyu lok kitam kiet machala NRM tiyu kede.
how do you say it? Tikore, how do you say it?
Kiet NRM tiyu kede jami kore ki kore.
Now, the mistake they make, they try to do chu at the same time.
Pero matie ene wati mu bal meti mu jami o weng la wanchel.
And in that process, they poro, you said poro.
Mete meme kun kitika temene kitim jami o weng la wanchel. Yen donge chera chiki for jami a fora kere kinping.
So, You can't get good results when you scatter thin over a big area.
Pe romu tieko tij maber ka in chiel si for jema fora keto lalo.
My advice, everything is possible now, but my advice is prioritize and concentrate. Don't try to do everything at the same time.
Jemi timme ento pere tekni ke kwany ma pere tego ene kon ki tim pe ke chiet ka timu jemi o weng manokore pe dong maber.
Because if you say, this is my bear, but also this is my bear, and the other one my bear.
Lok ni jemi eni be, chani be, pe konyo.
The NRA doesn't work like that.
Kamente pa NRA peti yukumano.
The NRA, the bush fighters.
NRA mane lumony mayangi lulweny kien pe giti yukumano.
When I went to see Gaddafi, 1981, to ask for support, he said, do you want money? I said, no, I don't want money.
Kalma ene siero ka penyu ladit, neno mo, ipenyu ni ene miero tiene gamane ko, anpa miero tiene.
Do you want medicine? I said, no. Do you want medicine? Are you not hearing?
Want what?
Do you want medicine? What's wrong with the...
Miero yat, ya wa ni ko.
Then I said, no.
Awa ni ko.
You want uniform? I said, no.
Miero uniform, awa ko.
I said, I just want a gun and ammunition. Finish.
Wa ana miero me muduru kinyige.
If I get those, I will get the others myself.
Ka ana no muduru kinyig muduru je mo ka no la chen.
So, like for instance, the problem with the Puranga, at Chorbur, where I was today, are two. The Poro, the one of scattering over many areas. That's why they couldn't do it all the way from Ruenkunyu, Apache, Ira, Ogur, Puranga, up to Achoribur.
So
what they want to do here, do there, instead of concentrating and finishing something. And the other one can wait. So even the projects we are talking about, university, this one, now, the question is what comes first? If you can't do everything at the same time, what would you start with? For me, I recommend defense so that you have security. The roads, the electricity, the railway, the Kwan education, Yotcom, and wealth creation. Others can come later. Salaries, public servants. You know, teachers were striking for salaries. You remember? But we have a problem. The people of Puranga don't have a road. And you are striking for your salary alone, one person. The road is due to for all of us. So this touching here, touching there is part of the problem. That's why that road, we have now got to look for now new money. But secondly, the people who are handling the roads are careless. They don't work properly. Even if it is a Maram road, I drove on it from the school where I landed to the rally point and back. I could see they are doing very bad work there.
Kama ene ngwejo ki ye ni yo ni po bero lam ene neno kitim maber.
They came and just graded.
Came and
just graded.
Ifur mera fura tiki yabo.
There's madam there.
Madam ki onye ye.
But there are no drainage channels.
Eno peki yabu yo kama mero pi kakoro chwe ukat ki ye.
So it's now like a swimming pool.
So do pongo chalo nam.
It's all full of water.
Pi ki kende ye.
What sort of people are these?
Man no kedan mo bernini.
So the engineers who are doing that job must change their ways.
Omergen go loket magiti yu kere.
So therefore, touching too many things, but also doing what you are doing carelessly.
So timugin maki guru pegi tiago eno begiti timone maraj pe mabe.
So otherwise, on the economic infrastructure, we are moving well in the Kitgum area. Otherwise, on the economic infrastructure, we are moving well in the Kitgum area.
Ento ka uneno lok me yo area Kitgum kan kere tikere.
And in the plans here, I see all the plans for the other roads.
Kidong plan mo kene matia nyim pi yo mo kene ni oweng.
Like the road from Mugulu to Awere, to Kona Clark, to Patongo, to Abim. So really, this is the message of Lonyo.
Any man lok madore lok Lonyo.
For everybody, not just for a few.
Lonyo pidano weng pe jo mo ni manok.
Now coming to the restocking.
Kadang wadore lok me chulu diei pachuli.
It will come to reinforce the wealth creation which is already taking place. It will come to reinforce.
Kibibiro katiji ye.
This area was disturbed by wars and cattle rustling.
Kabere ene mapapat weng ma luenyu beri ye. Kidong bero jongo beri ka yelo dana ye.
And the cattle perished.
Kidong lok me chato diei.
But war damaged other things also.
Luen bere je mukene okelo je mukene mapapat.
People died.
Dano to.
Like in Luero, we lost 300,000 people.
Chaloki Luero, one Rueno Dana Marama Alibader.
Properties were destroyed.
Jim Mopapat Padano, Ubale.
So our plan was to restore, and we started.
Plan no tieni omero kinen ket medwako en Germany eno mobile, Dian enoni.
But then at some stage, some lawyers came in.
En lungol kop mogogu donye ye.
And in order to have peace, we said, okay, let's see what they are doing.
We kuju betie again any year ni ayela pe we kanen ket metit ketge.
And efforts were made to identify claimants who said they lost cows.
On way ni gen lawyer ni gen gu tiet gu nen gu yenyen jo ene magiti kibanya medien mamer ke chuli.
And they spent 159 billion shillings.
One wachulo billion aye mia chet kipiara ngwen ya bongwen.
But I started getting information that there was quite a bit of poor.
And one bit ga lo ka chulu ko.
Then we said let's check. We said let's check. We said let us check. And we had a conferences. In Teso, Lango, and in Acholi. So I set up committees area by area. But in that conference, I had an idea that it may be easier to restock flat equally to all the households in the area. This one where the records are not clear, this one here, this one there.
Mano loyo lokni ngar eni kicholo kinuoyo moni ko kicholo nuchu wek lok eone po bera yela.
So I said you discuss this. So
any duak loki botu bot lutela unu nyam loke ka duak bore.
They come and discuss it in the areas.
Yen go beno go gor ka choke botu chal ketu tim sub county mapa party oweng.
And they brought back the reports.
Go kelo dong report mo a botu.
Teso said, forget about compensation, let's go for the five cows per homestead.
Teso wai lok mo ni chulu die padana chela we go beri. Kimi dogola ka chela dia bija beach.
Lango said the same.
Lao meno mogo kumono marom.
They came and reported in Entebbe.
Go beno go me report gi Entebbe bore.
Now recently when I was in Arua,
and my energy you Arua karangej mo karamano.
The church committee came.
Committee makuno beno.
And reported that yes, they supported the 555 per homestead.
Committee pa chuli okay one wa meyo die mo kane bodjo wa cholo die mo kane bodjo mo kane.
But they also said that in the case of Acholi, the war lasted longer there and was the center of the war.
My look me actually luen galeto twal pekar malach.
And that therefore the people who qualified under the other assessment of legal claimants should also be paid.
Ni jomo kane mau no gendong nyingitie no mer ke chul dia gini o mer bene ke chul gi kerga bedno mok tie ni ke chul pa jomo kane dia bija pitch.
Me, I was happy that first of all there was agreement on the 5 in all the 3 areas.
Ani aberu yom ni ka weng ni ke chul dogola ka chela chel dia abija pitch.
Because that is the minimum for everybody.
And more I will ma kiromi ne bodano weng marom.
Now on the other issue of the variation by the Acholi committee, I'm telling I am here campaigning, moving around, but I've written to the cabinet to sit and study this variation. How can it be handled? Because you know there is Nyeko. Once you do this one here, then Nyeko.
An kerga beratika ward I campaign mamega a choy warga board cabinet ni gen kong gunyam loke eni wanen kong poka mo ni mukatini jo mo ni mano dong nyingi tie ki chulgi ki jo mo kan ki jo luak mo kan lu mugo ni dogola ki dola ki chulgi ni gen kong gunyam loke chiku duak report bore.
But I'm glad that we have agreed on the other minimum. That one is everybody's agreed on that one.
Eto ya yom ni wan watiki yeu ka weng ni diai ki chul abija bit dogola ki dogola.
But the other one also will be studied because it is also true that the war lasted longer in Acholi. It is true, it's not a lie. It started in Acholi and lasted longer there. But we shall see how to handle that.
Lok mai waye beni kuri kan kitwal loyo kamoke ane benti lorada e on ben feti kangi loke ibineno loke.
Now, if we have this 5, they will change the area completely.
Ka don ko ni ki poko dia bija biti obulago Allah ukira Allah mapol.
Because we have seen Anena
magi nyore video kanyo
happy with the few goats she bought from the money.
Ucharo kuone chi unya ki diegi mayana wela di mon manoke.
How about 5 cows? 5 cows.
Si don ko ni ka eni poko dia abija bit kono don bi beru nini.
It will have a bigger impact.
ni bubero ki ya nyut mabe da rizal mabe makato dong tingu me fo la diet bi lok enon.
Now, finally, Kwan Nono.
Kwan me nono.
I have been appealing to you people to give free education to the children of the poor from 1996.
Wayang ana bir ka lego ni umero ki mi kwan me nono bod lo tieno ma megwa ni chakwe mo ga liba chel ti mi abun wan ti piara bor wi abiche.
But some people, many times don't share my vision. They don't implement.
Ento jomu kene gen pegineno tam eno ma ni katikere ni.
And most of the time, I also don't insist so much because I want everybody to be persuaded, not to be forced. I don't believe in government of forcing.
And the better la tela ma pay diu dana dia. Itamu no mero tampa dana wenki win pian and pay mere di dano jimmy weng mero dano uniang lock gumoge kagiti kache.
So when I saw refusal to implement my policy, they had started implementing at the beginning. Actually now, last night in Gulu, I was with an association of the first beneficiaries of UPE who started completely free. They are there.
En la wo ki Gulu ene bedo ki luteno magien gu chako kwan me nono ni bedo border conversation ma megitie. Jomo eno kon ki chako tije ma be eno dak jomo keno chako.
They have formed their pressure group.
Dongo yo machalo group ma megi magien giti kachel jo mu chako kwan nono magamento kelo.
But the school manager started slowly school lunch, money for lunch, money for money for what, then it became now a business.
Lu loj me gan kwan gu chako momo me penyoni chane no ko kon lok me teru me gena chama me cha bichele gan kwan para kombero chero we level kamati ma penyo chane bolu nyoro.
But me, I'm not just interested in politics and so on. I also want to go to heaven. When I die, I want to go to heaven.
And pay ki miri lok me chungi bie ni keken. And I mir ni kaya ni toy cheri polo.
And I fear to face God when He says, you know, God has got very serious questions.
And in luar chungi nyim luba, pian luba ron penyu mo mateg.
When Jesus said, when I was hungry, you never gave me water.
Ni Yesu Kristo wajeni karma an kej nega in pay me karma duwa atikurwo pay me na pia mara karma kej nega pay me na cham.
And then somebody said, when did we not give you water?
Che ipenyoni Yesu ana wen man pa me ni pi.
He said, when you denied it to the one who was thirsty, you denied it to me.
Karma ini kwero mio pi bod ngat ma no ruo negli. Ene no ini kwero mi na pi kikanyo.
Now these children of the poor
Lutino en paluchani
will cause you problems, you people.
Bukeli u pero.
To find that children are dropping out of school because they don't have money.
Ino lutino kiriamogio gi pe gankwan pian gi pe kichente.
And you hear their testimony. When my parents died, I dropped out of school.
Iwinyo juicha denni ani karma wora to ma to an kwano gikka kanyu.
But if the parents died, did Uganda die?
Eno karma lo nyuri ni to ni mono. Uno Uganda dong beno to.
Why can't Uganda inherit the children of the people who die?
Pengo pe Uganda en ko lako lutino. Lutino kitne eno ni.
The Republic of Uganda.
Gamente me Uganda gulak lutino ni eno ni.
So, because I faced opposition, I also went to the bush, as your chairman was saying. I said there's one area where I am the authority. This is State House. Because in the schools, there is the headmaster, he's a big boss there. There is PTA. There is foundation body.
There
are so many players there.
mati gang kwan makipenyo bolu nyuru.
But with State House, I'm the only authority.
Ento in Uganda State House tiki tuero achiel kan.
When you elected me last time.
Karma unu bolla kui.
So I used that authority to build the skilling hubs. Are my graduates here? My graduates of the skilling hubs?
Anati yuki tuero eoni mechi akokelu gang fonye me konye lutino. Makwangi pedo mede.
Where are they? Are you here? Put up your hand.
Magen ki training gen magu chero gulu gu kwano teaching uti kanyo il chingu malwer la diru nen.
Come.
Magi tiene gu kati wogo. Obina nyim kan.
Well, watch away. They can see the way. Just busy bodies. Come.
Moi tiene ma gu chero gu no fonye me teaching.
Let's hear the testimony of these children. Speaking the local language, and Aber will summarize.
Mono konye kwan mala dir logo yabo mati gulu actually presidential hub atimu bakery kombeti mati ni atika teach e alpine bakery Kitgum tinyo yom tutwal pingom mala dir temu lewu wul wax me Kitgum ni o me kuyu wen kala dir logo pingom atika temu ne afoyo.
Okay, sit down. Why had you dropped out of school?
Ana kwana gi kwana senior 4 no military course ento corona bal kwana anywalo after during corona.
Okay, come. They will translate for me. Apoyo.
Anena Daffin said she benefited from the training from the presidential hub in Gulu. She did bakery and now she's working with the bakery. She dropped out of school during corona period. And she got pregnant. That's why she dropped out of school.
Okay, but
For mater, an kono kilonye ani Boniface Waharaj, aberu la ten kwana chel mo kwano ya chole presidential skilling hubs mati gulu. Ana timo kozma kiloni tailoring. Ki tailoring enoni ko beri chani atieka kwe bon an ki koma. Aberu karma aki school abino acha ofu chikarma furo ano chena wilu charan ko beri chara tiki or koj maka mega center muchwini atamane afoyo obol ku kila dir lobo yani fotike plan maduong to twal meneno ni lutino makol go kwano afoyo mate.
He's Boniface Wakorach. He did training for tailoring, and when he returned from school he first went into agriculture. From what he planted, he harvested, sold those items, and decided to buy a sewing machine. And right now, he owns his own sewing machine and is tailoring.
Okay. Any other different story? And the other girl.
NRM oye! Museveni oye! Afoy la dirlo bututwal kenyin kiluani mwa Emmanuel Edgar abedo la ten kwana chel mukwano i presidential industrial hub mati gulo atimo cosme tailoring jame weng ma wano kono beru menono wachoka mai umekere uberu menono jam ilago kid machwini mero meno weng be tijpa la dirlo president oye! Ichawani amogo chaden la dirlobo o mio million Pierre Beach e district kachela chel weng moko mekonyo lutieno kwan magengu no fonye menono i presidential hub afoye matek.
Is Mwaka Emmanuel Edgar. He studied tailoring And he said while there he got everything. They had good meals, they ate a balanced diet, and he said the president gave Kitgum district 50 million shillings to support them.
Okay, now the girl.
Museveni oye. An Kiluonya and Kelu Joan. A very second intake, the industrial up. Atimo air dressing. Gamo no kuno wa bero bejo kwan piemin no kwan kuja miet. So lego Museveni ukel gang kwan we Kitgum kan. And for a matter.
Akelo Joan, she said she was in the second intake. She did hairdressing. The training was very good. They enjoyed learning there, but her appeal is that the presidential hub should be brought to Kitgum.
Very good. Now, these children, okay, go and sit down. Go and sit down. These children who had lost hope. Because the time is going, let them show you what they are producing now. These children who had been locked out of the educational system by a bad system, a system which is not, doesn't think about the poor. Are now producing products. You see those products. Hold there, hold there. Go back to the other one. You see, go back to the other one, you.
The shoe.
You can see those. Those are hospital beds. The ones they have been importing from Dubai, from Europe, from where? The shoes they have been importing from China, from India, from Italy. Now they are making them here in Gulu here. So therefore, the people who have been putting a barrier of money in the government schools should really repent. They have been using the excuse of want money to hire more teachers. In the coming government, I will propose that we recruit an extra 50,000 teachers so that there is no excuse for saying the teachers are not enough. Therefore, my friends of Kitgum, for today, the 4 words. Coach, Donglobo, Lonyo, and Kwan Nono. There are other in the manifesto, but the teams are coming. They will bring the copies to you. Up to the, Todong's groups are coming up to the parish to give copies to your leaders in the village so that they take them so that you all have a copy of these manifestos.
Richard Todwong tika kelo book en ki poko chero we parish para we village ya unu kwan unengo magamente tiki plan metimone.
Now, we don't have time to talk about the elephants, but the Minister of Tourism is here. He can go on the radios and explain how far they have gone with the electric fence.
Minister Maloy lokum le enti kanyi ti awa ni uchire radio uchitet lok madare lokum fence mamati ye magayon liet me karwo ani ati bot win.
And my staff should get in touch with the chairman about the pledges in the district. My PPS get in touch with that young chairman.
Lutij mamega secretary mamega chet board won come honorable lapiem meno chike mu berutie yang waki choge wen eni chobyo.
Enorem Ju. Kitgum oye.
Kitgum oye.
Achole oye. Uganda oye.
Oye.
Africa oye.
Kayi uyom ko do durbo la dir ne fo la dir pelo. Kayi tie t-shirt ko il male wi yamo.
Let us have the flag bearers before time.
Don't walu lu mak bandera. Gen go bin go gam bandera ki bore.
Wa foye to toal wa do uno chingwa me fono la dit. Pelok ma bejo mero logo. Flag bearers me parliament ki LC5 me cerro kamako tambera mamegi. La dit dong tiga cerro kamino tambera. Bot jo mawunu yero ge nigo mak tambera pa NRM ichu matiga biruni. Tinni pol gi wendong gu bolo nyingeo electoral commission do choyo geo. Kimemiu irgi ka chela chel kaguno gibi mako chel kila dit inge mako chel kila dit wabi jolo jo matika loka ki parties mukene me bine NRM la dit Henry ukelo riem tika charaga mutambera ne la dit do mi utambera pa Henry ukelo riem bore ya uchu dong bero chu ma lupe ki tambera ni mi europeo porri wo foi do toal Mego Honorable Beatrice Anywa tika ngweja me yerwilori. Mego Beatrice Anywa ukamutambera ne pichung PMP wafoi ritual Honorable Liliana Be tika jarumalo kagamumege. Honorable Abe Liliano Gamomege wafoi ritual woro nyutambero kijowo chuku makochel Oriama Simon Peter mechwa West Kagamo Tamber mamege wafoi ritual wafoi Oriama Kadong Tony Blair for LC5 chairman wafoyo Kadong inge Tony Blair watieke Uchan Raymond memea Kitgum. Nenu mit mada tambera erne gina piertek. Undo mago kinying pate. Unluak me pate meronene tambera pe oporo. Pen menu chike pa la dit botu. La dit eo meo tambera chingjone. Unene tambera pego porro. Wafoi ritual kawa koro makochel mala ditika makochel ke jone wamero jo matika ke yubge ogubin chok converts. Can you clear the converts to be near? Our friends from other parties who are crossing to NRM. Mukene tutung kuja converse kamuti ye working a bolo kuja working through security. won kom me party chet ka chelo bola dit we obeta jolo flag be obeta jolo converts jomatika ay party mo kene converts mo kene tiga biro ongol ki with tent on ongol ki ngeten converts maguru chat makwane nen jara do walo chat makwa o ki mayelo an gina kwa dek wa makonyepe o Kenya tuwa makara chano wero ni wai kibuni makwani pe yela kere wafoi ritual watika koro FGC converts, please allow them to come. Ubin, please clear them. Security, clear the FGC converts. Ubin, Laditia Kuru. Security, please don't block the converts. We are waiting for them.
Where are they? Can you allow them? Clear them. Clear them.
Security, clear the converts, please. The FGC converts. You go there. RDC, we are waiting. You clear them very fast. Come as you are. We shall put on the t-shirt later. Move. Warrior. Wafoyo tutwal, wafoyo jomanyem nago bionu kadonyo bodwatin. Unlu NRM pati wachung ni ngarimo eken modonyo cha modonyo kiye beru chalo ngato mako Kristo e chunye. No roma kila Kristo mo eken muri.